I used to work for a company that used to be like, it was a grocery store, and it was a warehouse for a grocery store. But I used to work the third shift, but since COVID hit, they like shut down their third shift in all their stores and only went to 2 shifts a day, so they weren't open 24 hours anymore. And I just didn't have like enough seniority to like get another position at another store, so I just became unemployed and just not having like a lot of savings or anything. I just had to end up going into the shelter system. But I was from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Like I came here because they just like didn't have shelters. I don't have like a lot of social resources either. Like my parents divorced when I was young, so I got on the street earlier than I kind of had to, just because I wanted to be able to get off the street earlier than I might have been able to. Just because like I kind of looked into homelessness and I realized like a lot of people when they're on the street, like it's really hard for them to get back. Sometimes they can't get a place because before they became homeless, they decided to stay in their apartment for 6 extra months not paying their electric bill. So now they can get an apartment now, but now they just can't get electric because of what they did before. So like I mean I just made sure I left with no big bills. Like I don't owe the power company, I don't owe nothing, so that way I could like get back into it easier. Even if I was to get a job, even a decent paying job, I wouldn't be able to afford housing here, so then I'd become into a whole nother problem. Since I lost my food stamp card, it's been horrendous, because there's just no way you can go to 3 soup kitchens or even 2 a day. Because there's no one soup kitchen that serves all the meals. Like they serve them all over the place, like single meals. So like, I mean, I'd be walking all day. Like, I mean, like there's actually one time that I literally walked all day when I first lost my food stamp card, and I realized that this wasn't going to work. Like, I mean, like breakfast was like in the 30s, like 30th Street. Then like lunch was all the way at 180, and then I had to come all the way back down to like the 70s to like, you know, like for dinner. And by the time I get there, I have to wait in line and everything. So it took up my whole day. I was doing nothing but walking around trying to find food. I usually stay on the street just because I just can't sit at a table and chair and sleep. When you're actually in the shelter system, you're required to stay at that shelter. Like you can only miss like one night, maybe. Or like you have to be there every night or you lose your bed. So, but here it don't really matter because it's not even a real shelter. Like it's just a table and chair you can sit at from a certain time. They call them overflow shelters. Well, when I first got here and I started getting a caseworker, she said I would be in the shelter system for 8 to 12 months. But that really kind of hasn't even started yet for me because I'm not even in the main shelter yet. I'm still at that overflow shelter. There's some mean people out there, like they'll just say, like even me, like I'll just be sitting here like you guys were, like, you know, when you guys woke up and I'll just be reading. And somebody will walk by and just say you're a piece of shit. Like just randomly. Like I've seen fight starts because of that. And that's usually just because the other person wants to fight. And then you know, what's really bad is a fight does start and the police get called, it was a homeless person's fault in the end. Like who would have taken my book bag and and there was nothing of value in it for that person. But I mean, yeah, like who would do that? A homeless person that's sleeping using it as a pillow, like my head banged on the sidewalk when he did it. I feel like a lot of times people hold an opinion about me just because they had a bad experience with another homeless person. I don't know, like I was telling you, like people have like these preset judgments. Like, and it's like, even if they don't even know you, but they just know you happen to be that way, be homeless, you're just all of a sudden a scumbag. I haven't had like a lot of nice people do things for me because it's really hard for me to ask too, because it's just like you never know what their reaction's gonna be. It's like that lady gave me like $20. I was so happy. Like, cause that was a lot of money for me at the time, you know? I mean, it still is, like, you know, especially now I have no money, but I'm just saying, like, so that's what I was saying, like I was able to pick something that I could eat. I was able to choose my food, and that's what I got was this big fruit salad thing. I don't know, that's like the nicest thing someone's done for me. It was just a big fruit salad tray thing, and I ate that. And like, it literally felt like the first time I drank a huge cup of coffee. Like, I felt so much energy and felt so much better just off of that. I have like felt my health decline so badly just from being outside and it's not even from doing anything like unhealthy. It's just, well, it is from doing unhealthy because I eat so unhealthy now. Like, I feel like there's some days I have no energy and I can just tell it's because I've just eaten food with no nutrients. I use that logic or that little thinking right there to like keep myself above water, like, because sometimes I do get depressed and sad, like, you know, but you know, I just think about how There's people that do have it a lot worse than me. I mean, and the fact that I know I'll get out of it, but I'm just saying, you know, I'll get over it. Just to be good to homeless people, because they're not all bad people. And I feel like that's what people think.